Before language, before the first memory was etched into stone, there was fire. It was our first comfort against the encroaching dark, our first weapon against the beasts that hunted in the night, and our first god, a thing of terrifying beauty and awesome power. We learned that fire creates and fire consumes. It gives warmth and it brings ruin. And in its dancing, hypnotic heart, we saw a reflection of ourselves, a flickering, beautiful, and fragile existence. Most fires are born only to die, to return to ash and memory. But the oldest legends, the ones whispered by the embers of a dying campfire, speak of a different flame, a fire that was never kindled by human hands, and one that can never be extinguished. This is the story of that fire, the silent, beating heart of the world, and the sacred flame we all carry within. It is hidden from the world, in a place that has fallen from memory and map. You must follow a path that is not a path, a trail of intuition that leads you high into the crags of an ancient, sleeping mountain. Here, behind a cascade of water that falls without sound, is the entrance to a sanctuary carved not by man, but by the patient hand of time itself. The air inside is still and warm, carrying the scent of dry stone, ancient dust, and something else, something primal and clean, like the air after a lightning strike. There is no grand altar, no treasure, no inscription. There is only a simple, circular basin of dark, unpolished stone in the center of a vast cavern, and from it burns the flame. It does not roar, it does not crackle, it breathes. A single, steady, silent column of soft, golden light that pulses with the slow, rhythmic beat of a sleeping heart. This is the original fire, the flame from which all other sparks are but pale reflections. The great fires of history and myth are but echoes of its enduring presence. In ancient Rome, the Vestal Virgins tended a sacred flame in their temple, believing that its extinction would mean the end of their city. They were guardians of a civic soul, a symbol of their people's unending vitality. On the green hills of Ireland, the Druids kept perpetual fires burning in honor of the goddess Brigid, celebrating the fire of creativity, of poetry, and of healing. Even the solemn eternal flames we place on the tombs of forgotten soldiers are a testament to this same deep human need, to believe that something, some light, some memory, can endure against the endless dark. These were all attempts to replicate, to honor, the one true fire. They were cups of water drawn from an infinite ocean of light. To gaze upon the true flame is to understand the difference. It does not consume what it touches. The stone basin that holds it is not blackened with soot. It is smooth and cool. The air around it is not filled with smoke. It is clear and pure. This fire does not feed on wood or oil. The legends say it feeds on what is intangible. It consumes silence, drinking in the profound quiet of its mountain sanctuary. It feeds on memory, drawing in the echoes of the world that drift into its sanctum. And most of all, it feeds on devotion, on the quiet, watchful presence of those who have guarded it through the ages. These were not warriors or priests, but a silent lineage of keepers, men and women who sought not power from the flame, but wisdom. Their duty was not to protect it from the world, but to protect the world from forgetting it. They would simply sit in its presence, offering their solitude, and in return, the fire would share its own, the solitude of 1 billion years, the quiet patience of a star. I came to that mountain cavern not as a seeker of legends, but as a soul grown cold. The world had done its work, its endless noise and frantic pace having chipped away at my own inner light. My spirit felt like a dying ember, choked by the ash of disappointment and fatigue. I did not know what I was looking for, only that I needed a warmth that the sun could not provide. When I first stepped into the cavern and saw it, I felt an almost overwhelming sense of peace. The pulsing light seemed to sync with my own ragged breath, calming it. The gentle, silent warmth reached across the cavern and touched my skin. a promise of something other than the biting cold of existence. For a long time, I simply watched from a distance, like the keepers of old. I watched the light paint dancing, silent stories on the cavern walls, stories of creation, of nebulae birthing stars, of the first life emerging from the sea. The fire was a historian, its light a language that spoke directly to the soul. Its unwavering presence was a rebuke to my own flickering spirit. It had witnessed the rising and falling of mountains, the coming and going of ice ages, the birth and death of entire species. My own lifetime, my own sorrows, what were they in the face of such endurance? Slowly, drawn by an impulse I could not name, I approached the basin. The warmth grew, but it was not a scorching heat. It was a life-giving energy, a feeling of coming home. I stood at the edge of the stone looking down into the very heart of the light. There was no core, no single point of origin. It was a flame that was whole and complete in every part of itself. And as I looked, I felt it look back. It saw the tiny, frightened, almost extinguished spark within my own heart. It did not judge its weakness. It did not pity its smallness. It simply acknowledged it. It saw a kindred flame. In that moment of communion, I felt a connection bridge the gap between us. A silent and profound understanding passed from it to me. It shared not a secret, not a prophecy, but a feeling. The feeling of its own unwavering nature. It showed me that the essence of fire is not to burn wildly until it is exhausted, but to endure, to hold its center, to be a constant. It taught me that the smallest spark holds the same essential nature as the greatest star. The difference is only a matter of scale. The fire in my own soul, the one I had let grow so dim, was made of the very same eternal substance as the magnificent breathing column of light before me. It had not been extinguished, only forgotten. It had not been defeated, only neglected. I did not need to take anything from the flame. I did not need to light a torch from its fire to carry back with me. The act of remembering my own light was enough. The communion had rekindled me from within. The warmth I felt now was not coming from the basin, but from my own chest. The sacred fire was not just in the mountain, it was in me. We all carry this fire. It is the flame of our consciousness, our passion, our creativity, our hope, our will to live. It is the thing that drives us to seek the light on our darkest days. The world, with its cold winds of cynicism and its damp blanket of routine, will always try to extinguish it. But the fire that can be extinguished is not the true fire. The true fire, the sacred flame within, can never be put out. It can only be forgotten. To remember it is to tend to it, to give it our quiet attention, to feed it with moments of beauty and acts of courage, is the sacred duty of a lifetime. The mountain sanctuary is not a place you must find on a map. It is a quiet cavern you must build within your own heart, a place where you can go to sit with your own eternal, unquenchable flame and remember its light.